Thanks so much, Joe. Thanks to the organizers, Eric, and all the other participants. And thank you for joining us for a quick update on EMX. First, do we have any EMX shareholders in the room this morning? Great, thank you so much. If your hand is not up, please find somebody whose hand is up and ask them how the last year has been. I am Chris Geenhoot, and I'm on the business development team at EMX. And Joe asked a very interesting question about who is going to thrive in the new investment climate and who is going to survive and who may wither. We're going to accept that challenge, and I'll show you some reasons why we think we are poised to exploit the new realities in the investment marketplace. We are a forward-looking company, and I may make forward-looking statements, so please look over this at your leisure. After 12 years, after 15 years, not 12 anymore, 15 years of exploration success, we have evolved, as Joe suggested we must, sort of a three-prong approach to the exploration business but our bread and butter will always be early-stage exploration. We will always rely on partners to fund that. And the end game for us is always a royalty on successful production. Our deals with our exploration partners are always arranged for the benefit of EMX. We're looking for cash as advanced royalty payments. We're looking for shares, work commitments. We want to see these projects advance because ultimately we want to create value for shareholders with a successful royalty on a producing asset. By necessity, if we're going to do that, we're going to be very commercially active. And while we're out there talking to partners about advancing early stage exploration ideas, we are also looking for royalties to acquire at reasonable valuations, and we're fairly successful at doing that as long as we are talking to a lot of people. Also, we're also alert to opportunities for strategic investments, equity investments in companies that would appreciate both our capital and our expertise. We are global in reach. We have early in our 15-year history, very active in Serbia. And as Joe mentioned, we have a royalty over the Crewpeck discovery. Some of that was organically generated by our own geologists, and some of that was a strategic investment of our management team. Also, we have properties across the Tethyan Belt in Turkey. We were early involved there, one of the first movers. A little less active today acquiring new projects, but we're very pleased that our partners are advancing and building 3 mines on 3 EMX properties all across the Tethyan Belt of northern Turkey today. Today, our emphasis is on gold projects in Nevada and copper projects in southern part of Arizona. Also, we are one of the more active groups in Northern Europe. Norway and Sweden are a point of emphasis for us. We've been very active there, and I'll show you some examples. This is a complicated slide that is attempting to show how our projects advance through the value cycle. In all cases, we're using operator funding or our exploration partner funding to take our properties up the value chain through the generative early stage projects that we're acquiring at all times, through exploration and drilling, and through resource delineation, ultimately to the top of the pyramid for us, which is a production royalty. Along the way, we have had, on the left side of the pyramid, some reasonable commercial successes over the last year. We were able to monetize our investment with partners in the Malmish large porphyry copper discovery in Far East Russia to the tune of 91 million Canadian dollars. And that will be used to reinvest in the rest of our business. We couldn't do this without our partners. Our exploration partners were very pleased to have repeat business from many of them. Newmont has been with us from earliest days. In the last 3 roughly years, we have signed 6 agreements with Rio Tinto, primarily for porphyry copper exploration in southern Arizona. Also, we're very pleased to have Anglo American on board, drilling our Copper Springs project in the Globe Miami district of southern Arizona. Likewise, South 32 joined us this year for a regional strategic alliance focused on porphyry copper exploration in southern Arizona. We're delighted to work with that team, and we look forward to a long-term relationship there. IG Copper and Ravello were early stage strategic investments for us in Russia and Chile. Local partners are advancing our projects in Turkey towards production. Never forget about gold and copper projects in Australia. And finally, we've been very active, particularly in the last year, in Scandinavia. Norway and Sweden is attracting quite a bit of partner interest. We have helped to stand up a couple of smaller, newer companies that are generating news flow now. That's Boreal Metals in the bottom left, if you can read that, and OK2, which has recently changed their name to Nora Metals, took several of our projects, base metal projects in central part of Norway and Sweden. A couple pictures here of our work in action. On the bottom left, in the shadows, really is an Anglo-American drill rig on our Copper Springs property, drilling deep holes for porphyry copper deposits. In the Laramide Porphyry Belt of southern Arizona, as you know, has produced well over 10% of world copper supplies over the last century. In the bottom right, in the snow, drilling in Scandinavia at our Gumsberg project is our partner Boreal. We have a share position there. We're very pleased to see the drill results that they've announced at our Gumsberg project over the last 3 months, 4 months, and expect to see more progress out of Boreal in the near future. We are also very focused on the Western U.S. We love copper projects, large porphyry copper projects in southern Arizona. We bring some innovative thinking about those things. We are thinking differently about the structure and the geology of the emplacement of porphyries and the recent history of those. So today, the bottom right slide shows several partnered projects with South 32, with Anglo American, and with Kennecott, Rio Tinto, across the Globe Miami district. Scandinavia will continue and is attracting considerable partner interest. We see very prospective geology there and a very supportive commercial environment. We've executed 3 deals in the last year, and we expect to have more to talk about fairly soon. In Turkey, we were very active there in early days, and we're starting to see the results of that. And our shareholders will enjoy royalty payments from 3 mines that are currently under construction across Turkey from east to west. Very pleased to advance those towards production. We couldn't do this if we didn't have revenue coming in. We're very fortunate. We have many of our fixed costs covered by our royalty income from our Leeville royalty, which is paid by Newmont every month. Crewpeck was an early exploration success for us. We wound up with a royalty on that. Also, later on, had the opportunity to make a strategic investment, which brought in an additional royalty. So we are delighted to see that project proceed towards production. And I will wrap up and tell you that our team is fully funded to reinvest in our business. We think that we have one of the strongest technical teams in the business. Also, very flexible commercial group. And we would welcome you to take a closer look. Please come and see us at our booth out by the windows. And we are having a blast and look forward to sharing that with you if you stop by and see us. Thanks so much.
Right.